everybody, and welcome back. So, I hope everything has been going well for you. There have been a lot of changes these days, and so what's been going on? I hope. Well, first of all, I hope everything's going well for y'all. But we also know that there have been a lot of wars going on, not just like within ourselves and within our. It's just there's something going on, and there is something that something about the DS that constantly just like loves war, and we need to understand what is their obsession with it. Race wars, foreign wars, gender wars. It wouldn't shock me if even there are even like family wars. There are identity wars. But the thing is that a lot of the people that I know want love and peace. They want the opposite of war. They hate war. But what is their obsession with it? It seems like they've been obsessed with it for like decades, if not centuries. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. So, Queen of Queen of Wands. Ooh, infinity. Ooh, I don't. That's not very. Nine of Cups in reverse. $16. $7. And 4 of sorry for the little wobble. And 4 of Swords. So do you know what? I can already tell that I mean, it's a good thing to have feminine energy. There's no question about that. However, if there's overly people need to understand that not only is feminine energy is wonderful, no question about it. However, it's also it can also be like a huge weakness. I mean, like, look what's going on with the advertisement of the military. They're saying femininity is good, and there's no need. Just basically weakening the thing. Just weakening. I'm not saying women are weak. However, when they're not they're not strong enough, nor even I don't know what to say about that. It's good to have feminine energy, don't get me wrong, it's very therapeutic. However, it leads us prone to having a lot of wars. It is known that women are just women are women are known to start wars and instead of trying to resolve them. And here's the thing. And even with like the Knight of Cups and all that in reverse, that we're losing power for some weird reason. We're we're being feminine, and so we're starting to become a lot more defenseless. At least that's what the strategy is. Try to be defenseless. And it's funny how it's even forever, infinity. They want us to forever be weak. Again, not all women are weak, but they are less prone to resistance and more prone to compliance in many ways. And so the fact that there is a knight in a reverse, this there we don't believe, or it's like it's glamorous to have feminine energy, and the fact that we don't value the good feminine energy, not the bad stuff, which is like vulnerability and all this stuff, but the fact that we're losing. It's good to have a feminine side. All of us, and I don't mean that in a sexual way. I don't mean that in a bad in any of way like that. I mean more so for the fact that that I lost just. I can't see. And the fact that actually, do you know what? This, even though we're prone, for a lot of weaknesses here, there is a lot of there seems to be a lot of positive energy and a lot of reinforcements coming forward, and especially the fact that it seems to be that a lot of they're trying to force a lot of science, and they're trying to force a lot of these technologies that are trying to basically destroy our humanity, and that's what a lot of feminine energy is. It's humanity, and if you but if you overflow it, then we're prone to be weak. And the thing is that we need strength. We need and the thing is that we're losing a lot of strength. And the fact that you hear that they're trying to put all of that stuff to rest. I mean, I understand there are both sides have their pros and both sides have their cons, but just because one side is different doesn't mean that it's better. Everything is flawed in some way, and they know this. The High and Mighties, the DS, just loves war because I mean it brings them power, and then the fact that at the end here is there is not as much resistance if everything is put to rest. But the thing is that, it's not just that, but if everything is put to rest and there is peace forever, then there's no money in it. And the DS and the High Mice need their money. They need their pay. So what is the best way for us? What else do we know? What else can we know? The star seeds need to also tell us here. The void. Messenger. Perspective. Portal. earth pulsing. We'll draw one more. Fall into my arms. So it seems that a lot of this stuff, what's going on is they are sending us a lot of messengers and a lot of and they're saying that this is for our own good, but they want us to be weak and to be prone to whatever, to everything, because whenever we're beaten down, whether if it's by propaganda or beaten down by saying we're not worthy or just overly feminizing and just being easy, that is quickly, they need the ones, the high and mighties and the DS want the least compliance, or not the least compliance, they want the most compliance and the least resistance. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But what we need to do is what I'm starting to see is that we need to like embrace both sides. Yes, we need our feminine side, but we also need our masculine side to have like strength and protectiveness, because that is what they're trying to do. And if they need us to be defenseless and weak, but because then that's easy for the high and mighties to like basically take over. And we don't want that. I understand we need the pure energy. I understand we need to give and all that stuff, but we also need to protect ourselves. And the thing is that we're not the... We've become so comfortable that in so many ways we are just so prone to being controlled. And not just that, but when we're triggered and when we're saying how awful things are, we start having a lot of wars and battles and stuff like that. And so, and the thing is that, I don't want to sound misogynistic, but a lot of women are very overly emotional and more prone to start fights. Yes, they're more prone to be more nurturing, absolutely, but they are very ruthless when it comes to so many things. And again, I don't mean to sound sexist or misogynistic, but the thing is that we are embracing a lot of the bad parts of both genders, of both sexes. And the thing is that that's not good. We're not embracing the good strengthening, the good birth and rebirth of women. We're embracing the neediness, the vulnerability of women. Now, I'm not saying men are not vulnerable. Of course they are. But the thing is that they are less likely to ask and cry for protection or something. They are less likely to be dependent on something. And the thing is that the DS and the high and mighties need us to be dependent. Otherwise, then they can't control us. And that's what it's all about for them. It's about control. So how do we do this? How do we try to fight against this? Well, spiritual service. Key of light. Hold your center. Third ray of creative intelligence. Seventh ray of ritual order and ceremony. The heart transmission. You know what I'm starting to see is that everything has been so, in order for us to even be in this, everything needs to be so competitive. And how do you make things competitive? Now I don't mean that like competitive in nature, but the high and mighties do know how to trick and fool people into feeling so bad and so guilty that they need to have the obligation to fight and feel less confident and feel overly emotional and feel very insecure about themselves. And that's what a lot of social media does. And that the thing is that they use social media as a means of influence, but also for the means of triggering our insecurities. And it absolutely is that. And the thing is that they don't want us to be the keys of light. They don't want us to hold our center. They need us to be going crazy. They need us to be going like that, because that is where they get their money. They get their money and they get their power from reliance. Because what are they without some form of reliance? What are they without some form of obedience or manipulation? It's unbelievable. And one of the things are that women have, and men, but I see a lot of what do women have? It's like creativity. They create things. And do you know what? That's the problem with the high and mighties. They don't want us to create. Like, they don't want us to even create peace. They don't want anything to be natural either. That's what their obsession for war is. They need these things because if we're constantly fighting, there's no way can we ever grow, because we're always fighting and destroying each other. We're focused on destruction and not creation. And we need to create. The high and mighties don't want us to create good music. That's why they don't want us to create good music. They don't want us to create good art. They don't want us to there are even people who don't. There are even high and mighties that don't even want us to create life. But that is the beauty of life. They don't even want us to create anything, and that stems from confidence. That stems from assurance and being sure. They always need us to be in some form of a crisis or some sort of war because then, only then can they be the ones that they can that tell us what to do and be in full control of our of other people's destiny. Sorry for the stutter. But this is just causing a lot of confusion, and it leads people to be prone to destruction. They want to destroy us. The High and Mighties and the DS want you dead. They want you dead, and they want themselves to prosper. Artificially, of course. And they hate the fact that there's more procreation and more life going on. These leatherheads and cyborgs and these crazy people that put themselves in these like human bodies, and do you know what? A lot of these are not human. Not pure ones, at least. You are pure, though. Don't listen to these people. Be the peace. Have that feminine energy in you, but also embrace the masculine energy to defend that, to protect that peace. Promote peace with your feminine energy. Protect that peace with your masculine energy. We need strength. And war destroys strength. It actually promotes weakness. But do you know what? I know y'all are not weak. I know y'all are strong. And we're not gonna let this happen. And the ones that are, they're gonna deteriorate. But people like you who fight, who are strong, and know what the DS and the Leatherheads are doing, and don't comply to any of it, is absolutely what we need. And we need the cherishment and the preservation of nature and nurture. They don't want that. They don't want the good parts of femininity. They want the bad parts of femininity. But we should hold the strengths of the femininity and not the weaknesses. We need to combine the femininity with the masculinity and protect that, and use that masculinity to protect the femininity. Only then can we achieve peace. They don't want peace, though. They'll do whatever it takes, because wars, it's all about the money. There's no money in peace. There's only humor prospering, which your average person wants. But a lot of people up, the High and Mighties and the ones who have the power, they don't want that. Which is unfortunate. But you know what? Peace will prevail. It always does. And it'll take everybody. It takes everybody. It takes teamwork. It takes both sides. One cannot live without the other. We can't have two overly masculine and overly feminine. Because there needs to be balance. And that's exactly what war does. It throws off balance. It destroys balance. They don't want us to be balanced. Well, I'm going to leave the balance decision to you, audience. Do you want peace, prosperity, and balance? It's going to be a hard fight, but you know what? It can be done. just don't cave into the high and mighties. They have an agenda to make you weak. They have an agenda to pull your strings. They have an agenda to manipulate you in order so that way you can be controlled, and just conflict really weakens us and gives us false sense of purpose. Your purpose is not to fight wars, unless if it's on the side of peace. And I don't mean the ones that is under the guise of peace. If you want to prosper, that's what you need to fight for. Fight for prosperity, not war. Fight for innocence and not evil. Fight for purity and not artificial stuff. That's what you fight for. You fight for nature. Our father and our mother, they fight for us. It's time for us to fight for them too. Thank you so very much. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so the echoes expand.